no darn good. I hate people.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. I hope you enjoy the content and have a little look around. Please subscribe if you do. Jim. This is a tag video. So it's a tag that I've come up with myself because basically over the last few days, there's a phrase that popped up a few times. It made me think, oh, it might be a good tag. And basically I've named a few people and said, oh, they're one of my favourite people. And I thought, what an interesting tag. It could be a way of learning more about each other, and it could be just an interesting thing to discuss. Our favourite people. So this is the favourite people tag. So I've got 9 prompts, which includes the tag people prompt. So there's 8 prompts. And you can do whatever you want with it. So if you want to make all of them book-based responses, that's cool. I've got 2 out of the 8 that are book-based, and I mean, some of it might be hard to do that, but you know, there are ways of doing that if you want to do that. But anyway, these are the prompts. So the first one is name your favourite author. So for this one, I'm actually going to name 2 people. The first contender for favourite author, because I've got loads of authors I love, which I've talked about various times on the channel, some of my favourite authors. But I think number 1 at the moment is Ray Bradbury, which is why I'm doing the deep dive on this stuff at the moment. But once I've finished that deep dive, which will take me a while, but once I've done it, I'm going to be doing a deep dive on Richard Matheson's stuff, because he's kind of like the second contender. But Ray Bradbury is my first choice. So favourite author, I'm going with Ray Bradbury. I absolutely love what he does. I think he's got a beautiful way of writing, and he's a great storyteller. He's done tons of short stories and some really significant books, and I just love what he does. So Ray Bradbury is my choice for favourite author. Second prompt is favourite comedy actor or comedian. So there are tons and tons of people I could list, but I'm going with the one that actually prompted this video. So I bought a book by this guy, and I mentioned it on Voxer, and then I immediately described him as one of my favourite people. And he's actually a member of the Monty Python team. And what I'm hoping to do this year is do 6 videos through the year, each of them about one of the Python team. I think that'd be really nice, because I'm a big Monty Python fan. But this guy is my favourite of the team. I absolutely love what he's done. I think he's really likeable guy, very charismatic, and everyone around him said that he was a lovely guy. We lost him a couple of years ago after he suffered from dementia. I'm talking about Terry Jones. Terry Jones was a fantastic comedy actor and writer, and a lot of them in Python described him as like the energy behind the team and like the heart of the team. He was always the enthusiastic one. He directed the films, the Monty Python films, and he directed other things as well, like Eric the Viking and The Wind in the Willows, where he played Toad, and he did loads of stuff. And he wrote the script for Labyrinth, which is pretty awesome. And he was an avid historian, so he wrote historian books as well, so non-fiction history books. He wrote those as well. And basically, it's just an awesome man. So Terry Jones is my choice for favourite comedy actor or comedian. So the third prompt is favourite serious/dramatic actor or actress. So I've said it like that because it used to be the case that we'd say actor or actress, but I think the correct thing to do is to just describe female and male actors as actors. So if that's an issue, I apologise. But I've actually picked 3, so I haven't gone with one. Feel free to just do whatever you want with this tag. But for favourite actors in dramatic serious roles, I've picked 2 men and a woman. And I've picked Sam Rockwell I really like Sam Rockwell. I love what he does. I think he's got a lot of range in what he can do, and he brings bags of charisma to the roles, and he just steals the scenes. And one of my favourite films is a film called Moon, and that film is pretty much just him. So yeah, Sam Rockwell is an amazing man. And my choice of a favourite actor who has been my favourite actor for longer, and I really love what he does, is Jeff Bridges. I really like Jeff Bridges. And in some ways I feel like he's underrated, even though he is quite rated, but he's fantastic. And I think he's always been brilliant as well. So it's not something that he's got better over the years. I think, even his earliest stuff is really good. So yeah, Jeff Bridges is my choice as well. And then I wanted to mention Amy Adams as well. Amy Adams is my favourite actress, and I think she can do loads of different kinds of roles. She can be very funny as well as very powerful in serious roles, and very endearing in sort of family films as well. I think she's really, really good. And apparently when she acts in films, she sings around the set, which I think is glorious. So Amy Adams is my choice as well. So for the fourth one, favourite political figure. So if I was given this tag by somebody else, I might have hesitated about whether or not I was allowed to go this far in the past. But it's my tag. So yes, you can pick any political figure from any time if you want. And I've actually picked Wat Tyler. So Wat Tyler was the man in charge of the Peasants' Revolt of 1381. And that was when he managed to get a very significant number of people to march on London to demand better conditions and a whole better situation for the peasants in 1381, 14th century. And very significant historical figure. So that's my choice for favourite political figure, Wat Tyler. Number 5 is favourite film writer or director. So I actually picked 3 again, but I've picked 2 because I really find it hard to differentiate my fondness for these 2 particular directors. But I wanted to choose this third one as well as someone that I've only seen 2 of their films, but I feel like they're going to be a favourite once I've seen everything they've done. So I'll start with the 2 that I know are long-standing favourites for most of my life, and that's Terry Gilliam, who again is a member of Monty Python, but as a film director, as a solo film director, he's made a huge difference and been very influential in the film industry for films like Time Bandits and Brazil and The Fisher King, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, so many different films, and Jabberwocky. I love his visual style, his attitude, his kind of depiction of fantasy, his go-to where he wants, how he I like to. There's a kind of a term when people review films sometimes, and they call them Gilliam-esque, and that's because he's got a style that has been so influential. You can tell that Dr. Parnassus is done by Terry Gilliam. I just think he's fantastic. So Terry Gilliam is my choice for film director, as is Tim Burton. So Tim Burton is not always creating the best film ever. I don't think he's 100% reliable, but he's done tons of films that I love, loads. And if you think about how influential he is and how he has got this sort of aesthetic that's had a huge influence as well. The Tim Burton aesthetic, I think, is a real thing. So with films like Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands and Nightmare Before Christmas, it's no surprise he ends up being the producer of Wednesday on Netflix, because he's got this aesthetic that fits all these kind of things. And Tim Burton is really interesting from that point of view. I like his version of the Miss Peregrine book, although I haven't read it, but I like that film. I really liked his version of Dumbo as well, which seemed to go under the radar a little bit, but I like that. But I like a lot of what he does, but I know that sometimes, like things like Dark Shadows was a bit disappointing. and his version of Planet of the Apes is disappointing. But in general, I tend to really like what he does, and some of his early films are literally some of my favourite films. His first film, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, is definitely one of my favourite films. It's an amazing film. And then the third one I wanted to mention was Bong Joon-ho. And Bong Joon-ho is a Korean director who is famous for Parasite, which he got an Oscar for, which is an incredible film. But also, I really love Snowpiercer as well. So I really, really like the film Snowpiercer, and he directed that. So I'm really keen to watch the other things he's done. But those, because I've only seen two, he's almost like an honourable mention. So the sixth prompt is favourite new discovery. So I've used this as an excuse to talk about another author, actually. But I thought it might be interesting to see what people come up with for favourite new discovery as well. And for this one, I've chosen Hiromi Kawakami, who's an author that I've been reading over the last sort of year and 18 months, something like that. And I really like what she does. I've got one more to read by her, and then I've read all of the books, as far as I know, that are available. I think she's brilliant. So Hiromi Kawakami is my choice for favourite new discovery. Really interesting author. And number 7 is favourite musician or singer. So I always say to my students that if you're a singer, you're a musician. Your voice is your instrument. But I've phrased it like this for people who don't necessarily look at singing like that. So favourite musician / singer. And I'm going to go with possibly an obvious choice because I've mentioned her quite a number of times. But I'm going to go with Kate Bush. So Kate Bush is uniquely phenomenal. There's something about her that puts her apart from everybody else. Her approach to songwriting, her producing, the artistic layering of the tracks, the choices she makes as a vocalist, and like the backing vocal she puts up, the atmospheric vocal she puts in her tracks, the directing of her videos, the unique way she performs, her approach to lyrics, everything about what she does is incredible. And sadly, she doesn't make enough music. She has these huge gaps between albums. But again, that's because she'll only do it if she really wants to, and the quality of what she does is really high because of that. So Kate Bush is my choice for favourite musician or singer. The 8th prompt is your favourite inspirational person. So this is quite a wide one that I'm hoping people will be quite creative with and really think about who they've thought was quite a big inspiration for them in their life. And again, this could be an obvious one if you know my channel well, but I have to go with Jim Henson. Jim Henson, his spirit is a very positive spirit. He always seemed to want to see the best in people and the best out of life. Had a very positive, constructive attitude to life. And he really did make the world a happier and better place. And he truly is the most inspirational person for me. So Jim Henson's my choice for that. And then the last prompt is to tag people. So I've got a bunch of people here. I've actually, because it's an original tag, I thought it would be sensible to tag loads of people. So these are the people I've tagged. So there's Jack from Spreadbrook Joy. There's Courtney from Tangible Reads. David Wiley, Nick from another booktube channel, Bookish Chaz, Cliff from Cliff's Dark Gems, Charlie Book Reads, Brian from Bookish, Troy Tradup, Ollie from Criminolly, MJ from Reading This Life, and Crystal from Fiber Artsy. So those are the people I've chosen. I've tried to mix some of the people I'm always tagging with some of the people I don't tag as often. And yeah, if you want to do this tag, please do it. I think it's quite fun because it gives you a chance to talk about all different types of people. And I'm interested to see what you guys think. And please comment below if you don't have a way of making videos. I'd love to know what you think. And thanks for watching. Stay curious, everybody. Bye. Picture of what it's like to be